And we start in West Houston. Emergency crews are trying to clean up the damage following a mercury spill. Roads near the Sam Houston Tollway at Westview have been shut down for hours. We know several people have had to be decontaminated. Our Matt Doherty is there live. And Matt, what do we know about this?
Well, Ron, this is as close as we can get right now. We're standing in the media staging area that is actually inside of the quarantine zone. Now, I want to tell you about something strange that just happened. We were supposed to get a news conference with some updates and just some basic information on what was happening out here. At the last moment, officials decided to cancel that news conference and say they're now going to be giving us information on what happened at a later time, hopefully sometime tonight. Now, if you can see behind me, you hear those sirens. Those work crews are still out there doing whatever it is that they're doing. We don't know exactly what it is. The city calls it decontamination. Now, we're getting limited information on what happened and how many people have been affected. The city says at this time there are no evacuation orders or shelters in place and says there is no immediate threat to the public outside of the containment area. But we met with some people who were inside of the containment area when it happened. The family says they were eating inside a Sonic restaurant in the corner when someone told them they'd been exposed to mercury that had spilled. They were instructed to remove their clothes and shoes, take showers on site, and put on decontamination suits before they could leave. We caught up with them on our way out. About how many other people have to do this process that you're doing?
Just the employees of the Sun.
Okay. No other customers?
No.
That's it.
We were it.
The family says they were allowed to leave after their mercury levels were tested. We're still waiting on those officials to tell us exactly what happened. Now, earlier this afternoon, a fire department spokesperson told our newsroom that 64 gallons of mercury had actually spilled. They later retracted that number and said that wasn't accurate. However, they have not come back to tell us how much they believe spilled out here earlier today. Of course, we're going to continue to follow this still developing story and bring you the latest updates online and in our later newscasts. Ron, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Matt Doherty in West Houston.